going to take it from here for a few minutes.
All right. Well, I am glad, like Colleen said, everybody came tonight, and I wanted to share with you a little story here. There was this man, he had been retired for a few weeks, and his wife's like, you know, you can make yourself useful around the house if you can do some vacuuming. And he said, yeah, okay, where's the vacuum cleaner? Show me. So she shows him the vacuum. About an hour later, she hasn't heard anything, and he comes into the kitchen, and she looks at him and, I thought you were going to vacuum. Stupid thing won't work. What do you mean it won't work? And so he takes her into the living room and shows her, and this is what he shows her. Oh, wrong thing. Well, sorry. So have you ever been like that? You've tried something and you try something and it just won't work right. Well, that's kind of like how I felt when I was starting off writing. I was struggling to figure out to know what to do, what was best to do. And so I had to, hold on. So I had to figure out, you know, the different things and different ways to do things. I took different classes and I started blogging, and that really helped me with my writing and really hone it in and really do better with that. And then amongst that, then I had to learn how to write a book, publish a book. And along the way, I started creating a system that really helped me. And that's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. But what really how I came about into the writing career was a come to Jesus meeting is what I call it, literally. I had been working with New York Life for about a year and a half. I was in the middle of my second year, and I was really struggling to figure out, you know, which way I needed to go. Is this the right place I'm supposed to be? Am I doing the right thing? Am I not just giving enough time, or is there something else that I could do better? And I really decided, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is just pray about this and figure this out. And so Memorial Day weekend, I watched Charles Stanley, and he did a sermon about helping people for high school seniors and helping them find their passion. And he said, you know, if you're going to go to college, God can use your gifts and passions for your career, for what you're passionate about. And so I thought, that sounds interesting. And he said this question, and a light bulb went off. He said, what are you passionate about that when you do it, you lose all track of time, and if money didn't matter, you would do it all day long? And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? It would not be New York Life. So I was asking God, okay, well, what would it be? You know, I like to read. I love doing Bible studies. I love to teach. And through the process that came about that, I was going to write and teach and speak. And so that's what I started doing. And that's what I love doing now. And that's how I came to now, because I started that path. But then this year I started helping other writers. And it really has grown because that's a part of what I love to do. I love to help writers learn how to write and to do better. And so that's what started my story. Colleen is now going to share her story, and then Peter will share his.
Well, my best buddy, Mark Twain, said, there's no bad writing. All you have to do is cross out the wrong word. So in high school, all my papers came back with words crossed out. So I wasn't an English person growing up. I liked to read, but I did not like to write. I didn't want anything to do with it. And I was intimidated about the subjective aspect of it, because if you didn't agree with the teachers, you really weren't at the ballgame. So it wasn't until my business started that I realized how important writing was and the editing and proofreading process. And that's because of my background. At first was nursing. I went to nursing school, but I ended up not being able to separate empathy and sympathy, so I knew I couldn't do nursing. So I started, my first business was a medical transcription company, and editing and proofreading is imperative when you're doing medical records for patients. You don't want to type a left leg is being operated on when a right leg is being operated on. So that's when I started to hone in on my writing, proofing, and editing processes. Then fast forward a few years, and things were changing in that realm. And I started creative writing and blogging, and I joined a writers club, writers gateway writers club it was called. And these authors were all writing books, but they didn't know what to do with the book after they had written it. They just stopped and didn't know. And in the back of my mind, I was like, boy, I could help these people finish the book. And so a few years after that, the group disbanded, and I was offered the chance to apply for a scholarship to become a professional author's assistant. And so I applied and I won that scholarship and became a certified author's assistant. So now I'm thrilled that I can take people through the entire process of manuscript creation, publishing, marketing. And my story, so that's my vulnerability of what I've been through to get to this point. So Peter's going to share his story.
Thanks a lot. So in college and in high school, I would always write a lot of papers. You know how that is. And I was always pretty good at them. I liked the researching, and I liked writing. I mean, it wasn't anything I thought I would ever do for my life. I just did it because I needed to for a class. But after I became a business owner, I realized very quickly how writing impacts everyday life. You have to not only talk with potential customers, but you have to market, you have to write emails, you have to write a website, and writing kind of became second nature to me. I've been writing some on our blog, and that has really been fun for me because I can do the research and really dig deep into one topic, and I can still write. And it's really taught me how to write and how writing is an everyday part of owning a business. And I've really become a closet enthusiast of writing over these past 2 years. So that's my story.
Thanks, Peter. He does an excellent job on writing emails as well. He's been doing some of that for us, so thank you. Well,
Thanks.
Louis L'Amour has a great quote that I love to share. Start writing now. The water doesn't flow until the faucet's turned on. I love this quote because it's true. The more you write, the easier it becomes to write, the better you can write. And so the best thing is to just start writing and get going with it. Tonight's session, this is for you if you do not know where to begin. Maybe you started a book and you're overwhelmed with the process and you're not sure which direction to go next. Or you would like accountability to help get your project done and out to the world. You've kind of been doing it. I don't know about you, but it took me 4 years to get my first book completed. And that's another part of the reason I started the Write Academy with Peter and Colleen, was because I didn't want other people to take that long to figure out how to get a book completed and published. And so the next thing is, if you wonder if you're doing the right things with your book, we're here to help. We'll help you find the way and the path. If you need help making great ideas into strong, inspiring works, that's something that we can help you with. So Colleen is going to share with you what's next.
What is possible is that the Write Academy can help you do. We can help you become clear on your why. Why are you writing the book? We can help you narrow down your topic. You can discover who your audience is. We can help you perform simple and clear processes for writing your book, and help you definitely save time and frustration through the entire book writing process. the publishing process and how to market your book. Those are all important processes, and they take a lot of time, and we can help you save that frustration. And so that in the end, you have a high quality book with steps that'll help you take that book to the printer so that you can sell that book to your audience.
Yeah. Excuse Colleen's camera. It has a mind of its own.
Oh gosh.
Right there, she's back. Come back, camera. Like, she's over there. She's not there. There you are. All right.
So what are you going to learn today? You're going to learn how to start writing using 4-step writing plan, how to use the 2017 writing planner that we have developed to plan out your writing projects. Don't you love my chin? And clarify what it is you want your book to accomplish or to be about.
Thanks. With a clear writing plan, you'll have a solid path to follow, and it'll help eliminate frustration and confusion by using the 4-step writing plan that we're going to teach tonight. We are here to teach you as much as we can in this limited time that we have together, and we promise to show you how to take it further at the end. So if you can hold any questions till the end, or if you have any, put them in the chat. All of us will be checking the chat as we go along here, and at the end, we'll be going over those questions with you. We created the Write Academy Success Path to help simplify the writing process. A lot of writers struggle with having a clear vision and a framework to get their book started and to complete their book. But Colleen is going to share with us how to start using the 4-step writing plan, and she's going to go over the first 2 steps, and then I'm going to go over the last 2 steps.
So I'm going to talk to you. Sorry about my camera. I don't know what's wrong with it. So
It has a mind of its own.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about your topic. There's 2 different ways you can think about this. Your broad topic, which is the overarching topic, and it's really hard sometimes to narrow the topic down. So you want to do research on finding out what your topic is about. Some people will know right away, but other people, some people struggle with finding out what that topic is. But your overarching topic is the broad topic of what your book could be about. So our example here today is productivity. So you want to be productive. You want to write a book on productivity. So then you have your next step below that, which is your specific topic, which you want to narrow down. You want to have a specific topic for your audience. So you want to research that. Ask questions to people you know who might do productivity. Find out what it is they're struggling with so that your audience will tune into that and will want to read your book. And how's that going to help them? So finding that topic on productivity and narrowing that down, like you could say you wanted to be, do a book on productivity. The specific topic would be how I grew my business using the 90-day program. So that would be more specific, really narrow down and how you would target your audience to find out how that's going to help them learn something from your book.
Thanks, Colleen. The 3rd step is outcome. You want to know at the beginning of the book what you want your readers to find out. When they're done with the book, what do you want them to learn? What do you want them to understand? And a great way is to come up with this sentence. I use this sentence for everything that I do, for every writing project, whether it be a blog, a book, even for when I speak, I use this because this becomes the foundational line for your work. So the line is every person can be productive by, so it's every person can blank by is the line, by using the 90-day system. All right. So this sentence becomes your foundation. If you're doing a nonfiction book, what are you providing them value with? What are you teaching them? If you're doing a fiction book, what do you want the reader to walk away with knowing at the end of the story? You know, how do you want it to end? Do you want the couple to fall in love and go away happily ever after? Or do you want to have it to have a cliffhanger? What do you want to have at the end of your book? That's where you want to figure this out now, because that will help you as you're writing. You, as Steve Covey used to say, you want to begin with the end in mind. That gives you a clear point and path for what you're going for. The other way I love to look at this writing plan is it's a framework. There's a framework that says, you know, you have a frame for your house. Every house, every building has some kind of structural framework. But inside that structure, it can have different flooring, it can have different cabinets, it can have different light fixtures, it can have a different layout. And that's the way creative writing is. There can be a different, you can write it different ways. This gives you a path and a track to run on, but there can be different ways to accomplish the same goal. So this may be your goal. Every person can be more productive by using the 90-day system. And as Colleen said, you know, you've got your overarching topic is productivity, then your specific topic, how I grew my business using the 90-day year system. And then the outcome is every person can be more productive by using the 90-day system. So that's going to be the foundational line for this work. Then the last step is how can every person be more productive? And if you notice what I did is I made that into a question. Here's my statement. Every person can be more productive by using the 90-day system. Then the step 4 is how. And if you're writing a book or a blog post or whatever, especially if you're writing a book, step 4, these steps are going to be your chapter topics. They're going to be what you're talking about. So if you have 10 chapters, you need to have 10 points here. If you've got 20 chapters, you need to have 20 points there. That you want to do this whole writing plan for the entire book, and then you want to do it for each chapter. Now, if you do it for each chapter, steps 1 and 2 are going to stay the same. They're not going to change, but 3 and 4 will change. So in this example, we've got set goals, create a plan, block and tackle, set a routine. That is how every person can be more productive. That's what you want to do, is ask that question and then answer it. If you're not sure how you want to answer that question, then what you want to do is you want to just start free writing. And if you're struggling the same way with your topic, if you're struggling on which topic, ask your readers, anybody that you have contact with, you know, if you've got people on Facebook, whatever, ask people what are they struggling with that particular topic. Ask people if your topic's productivity, if it's health, whatever, ask them what their struggles are, and that will give you a specific topic. Then that will also help you know how you can structure your book or your blog post to help them. So like I said, in this example, we've got the 4 points. And those 4 points say how you do it. So then you would write on each of those points. You wouldn't go point 1, set goals, and write a paragraph about set goals. You may have 2 paragraphs about setting goals and 1 paragraph about creating a plan. This is a guideline to help you with the writing process. And then this helps get you clear and stay on track as you're writing. So the next thing, then that's the writing plan. And we will send out a PDF with the replay of this writing plan. Peter, don't let me forget to put that to you.
Okay.
And now Peter is going to go over how our 2017 writing planner can help you with your writing goals for 2017.
All right. Thanks a lot, Joyce.
You're welcome.
So as we've said once, and we've probably said it a million times by now, a book is really like a business. There are so many aspects of writing a book, and the most important part is the plan. Here at the Write Academy, we want to make sure that planning your book is both easy and complete. So we came up with this 2017 writing planner to better help you plan and execute all of your projects and your goals for next year. If you have not already done so, make sure you can download it, and you can download that at any of the reminder emails we sent out. And we'll probably include it in the email coming out after this as well. Now, if you take a look at the writing planner, it's divided up into weekly goals and monthly goals. So when you look at the monthly page, you can see that there are 5 different columns, one for each week, because there's that oddball week months that have those 5 weeks. They have to be special. So during or in that plan, you can come up with goals that you want to write on. And you can come up with these goals in any way that you feel, but it is pretty important that you write down the goals. Now, this is to keep yourself honest and accountable. And we included 12 spots for goals, and you don't have to fill them all up. And you don't have to stop at 12 goals either. You can write down the number of goals that you can reasonably accomplish. Now, if you're experienced and you've been writing for a while, you probably already have some idea on how much you can write in a week. And if you're still, a little green behind the ear, you can take a little bit of time, practice, discover your optimal writing